Hello, my name is Dr. Colin Summerall, and I'm the invertebrate paleobiologist at the University of Tennessee. Today's topic is the phylogeny of Edrioasteroids. What we will do is we will look at these interesting animals from their origins in the Cambrian all the way up through the Permian and go through all of the major groups to show you how they differ from one another and what features unite them. So the overall phylogeny of Edrioasteroids looks much like this. We have two stem lineages here in the Cambrian, the Walcotidiscids and the Stromatocistidids, which show a lot of plesiomorphic features. And then two monophyletic groups, the Edrioasterida here and the Isaurophida here. This is a Walcotidiscid, Chilidiscus, which is one of the earliest Edrioasteroids known. What's unusual about this animal is these two gonopore pyramids positioned right here, the very large offset anal opening here, and the bizarre ambulacral construction. In Walcotidiscids, the ambulacral system is very, very unusual for Edrioasteroids. Rather than being a simple uniseries or biseries, it's quadriserial with 4 rows of pores. There's an inner set of floor plates positioned here, which form the pararadial suture and the edges of the inner set of pores. And then there's an outer set of floor plates positioned here, which form the outer set of pores and the extensions that are visible beyond the ambulacral groove. The cover plates actually articulate in a notch in this position and then cover the entire floor plate series with a very complex multi-tiered cover plate pattern, similar to what you would see in, say, an eocrinoid. Here we see the ambulacral construction from the outside. Notice that the inner plates here in green are continuous with these purple plates here, which are interpreted to be the precursors for the oral frame plates. Whereas the teal plates here along the outside, the outer set of floor plates, are contiguous with the oral plates here in red. From the inside, you can see the same thing. Here are the outer set, the blue plates, running into the red and then back to the blue. And then the green plates here running into the teal plate, or the purple plates, and then back around. There's the hydropore and gonopore from the inside. Stromatocistidids have only the outer set of floor plates, which you can see in the food groove here, and then a simple set of cover plates covering the top of that. Note that the tips of the ambulacra here are in fact incorporated into the fecal wall, unlike has been reported earlier. Also, this group is noted for having epispires in the interambulacral plating. The other group of Stromatocistidids are the Cambrasterids, and here's Cambraster. And again, just the outer set of floor plates here and the oral plates being preserved here. The two large monophyletic groups come off next. First, we'll look at the Edrioasterida. Edrioasterids are globular Edrioasteroids. You see this specimen here. They often have a short to long stalk associated with them and extremely wide ambulacra. The key is, in this group, the ambulacra are made of the outer floor plate set with oral plates and, in some cases, oral frame plates. And there's usually a 1-to-1 ratio of cover plate to floor plate in this clade. Two groups of Edrioasteroids, the Stromatocistidids and the Edrioasterids, lose the inner set of floor plates and have only the outer set of floor plates. The result is you wind up with a biserial floor plate set like this, with one set of pores that sit along the sutures. The cover plates articulate in this region, one cover plate per floor plate, with a broad extension exposed to external view. The oral frame of Edrioasterids is quite complicated. Here we see the oral frame plates being reduced to this little set of purple plates here around the mouth, again forming the mouth frame. And then the oral plates here in red are situated one circlet away from the mouth. Notice that the outer floor plates here in green are contiguous with the oral plates, and that the pores they bear continue all the way across like that. Here's Edrioaster, which is an Edrioasteroid, and we can see the very classic motif here. But here are the floor plates broadly exposed on the outside with the pores positioned between them, and then the cover plates here over the top with a 1-to-1 ratio. There is the hydropore gonopore complex. This is an Edrioblastoid. Here, the floor plates are fused into a giant deltoid plate. And right here at the bottom, we see a stalk coming out the bottom. You can see the pores very well developed here in the floor plate set. The last two groups, the rhinopurgids here with a very flexible stalk and a coriaceous sac, and the cyathocystids here with a rigid stalk with a very diminutive little oral disc and little toes they used to hang onto the substrate with. The construction of these is again very similar. Here's a rhinopurgid showing the oral plate in red with the floor plates here in green with cover plates coming off. And this is the exact same morphology we see in cyathocystids. These little ridges you see here are the edges of the pores in these oral plates. What unites them is several features. The stalk here in teal is seen in all of these groups. They all have an aboral ring here in purple. And then the oral surface here is very typical for other Edrioasteroids. The sister taxon to the Edrioasterids are the Isoprophids. Here we see their relationships right here. This is a group that has the peripheral ring, this ring around the outside that encompasses the oral surface, which compares the ambulacra and the interambulacral plating. Unlike the Edrioasterids, which are centered around the outer floor plate system and the oral plates, this group bears the inner floor plate system and the oral frame plates here in purple. The first group we're going to look at are the Purgocystids. In the earliest Isoprophids, the Purgocystids, we see a very unusual ambulacral construction which looks a bit like Chilodiscus. We have the floor plates, which represent the inner series of ambulacral floor plates, but we also have the outer series represented in what are called hood plates, which sort of come up like this. Articulating to these plates, we see the cover plates positioned like this. So we have really two sets of floor plates, a uniserial inner set, a biserial outer set, and then cover plates over the top of all of that. Here we see imbricate inner floor plates with a second set of floor plates, which are interpreted to be the outer set, here colored red, which are then in turn overlain by the cover plates. Here you can see it in lateral view. They're the inner floor plates in green, the outer floor plates in red, and then the cover plates in yellow. This is very different from what's seen in all other groups of Isoprophids, which lose that red floor plate set. Note again, there's actually pores here which go through the theca into the ambulacral tunnel. Lepidodiscans are large discoidal Edrioasteroids, but here they have very, very tall floor plates that have these passageways between them, which is unlike all other Isoprophid Edrioasteroids. The Carnielids, which are a small group, but a very important group, have very, very large primary peristomal cover plates. Notice that there are 3 big plates here in the center, which hook directly to these other 2 plates here. So they show a pedomorphic development of the ambulacral system over the mouth frame itself. The Isorophenids are the largest group of Isorophids by far. This is Isoropus showing the general morphology of an Isoropid. Here, the cover plates become far more complex than in other groups of Edrioasteroids, as do the plates over the mouth system itself. Among derived Isorophids, cover plates articulate to the floor plates in 2 different manners. First, the more primitive way, have intrathecal extensions. So the cover plates sit atop the floor plates much like this, making sort of a seesaw over the top. And then the interambulacral plates fit over them like this. This gives sort of a fuzzy edge to the ambulacrum, and they sort of undulate as they go down. In more derived forms, the cover plates have a notch that fits into the groove in the floor plate like this. And so you wind up with this really more robust articulation. And these often have a great big divot cut out of them like that. Whereas most early Edrioasteroids have a simple biseries of cover plates, as you see here, Isorophenids have the double biseries with large primary plates in blue and then secondary plates in yellow. Later on, these cover plates become much more exaggerated, where this double biseries pattern breaks up into a 6-plate, or in some cases even more, multi-plate pattern, which are used to designate various groups of these organisms. This is Lepidodiscus. Lepidodiscus is a very derived Isorophenid, and you can see it has a large set of peduncular plates along the edge here with a very unimpressive peripheral rim. What's not so evident in this photo is the cover plates here show that 6-plate pattern. Late members of this group go on to become the discocystinids, such as Hypsiclavus. Here we have the oral surface on top. There's the anal pyramid, the mouth is located here. But that pedunculate zone has been exaggerated into this long tapering stalk. And this little diminutive thing on the bottom is the peripheral rim. If you compare these 2 taxa, this is Isoropus and this is Spiroclavus, you can see the plate correspondent. There's the peripheral rim down here, the pedunculate zone in green. This part's called a recumbent zone, it's not present in these guys. Then you have the oral surface here in yellow with the interambulacral plates and the ambulacral system on top of it. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video on Edrioasteroid phylogeny, and please tune in to another episode on one of my favorite groups of echinoderms. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.